What is going on, my beautiful people, man? Hope you guys are having an amazing one. Today in this video, what we're basically going to be talking about is how to get into a collaborative mindset when you're doing basically anything to get more into it. Okay, basically, so this is a concept that I've heard from Owen Cook, and he basically said that the most powerful place that you can get into for a communicator and for socially, whatever you want to say, or even just as a player, in an athlete or creative, anything like that, the best place that you could come from is a frame of collaboration with everybody and everything, and not seeing it as a competitive thing. And once you start seeing it as a competitive thing, all of a sudden you start comparing, you start judging yourself, you start judging other people, and it just brings and takes from what you're actually able to give to that thing. But he says that the most powerful place that we can all come from is that collaborative frame, where we see everybody on the same team all contributing to something. It's kind of like improv. When you're doing improv, you're all collaborating, you're all giving into this specific situation. So a lot of us, sometimes we can slip into that competitive framework where we're thinking about it competitively, and all of a sudden we're like, oh, this person's better than me at this makes me insecure, that gets out of the flow. And that's what we're trying to avoid here. We're trying to see this as something that can get us out of our head, not be so competitive. Of course, trying to be our best, give the best, but not be so competitive in a way that's comparison and really just being judgy and being all that stuff, because that really only takes away from your performance and your results at the end of the day. So this is something that we can all look at and we can all get better at. And so I've created something for me because I really needed this, and I have 3 verses that are going to help us really get out of the mindset of that competition and get into that collaborative mindset, to really get us into the flow, to really get us just into the moment and being able to actually get your best results and be able to be the best that you possibly can be. So this really arose for me because recently I had an experience where, I had heard this concept, but I was really like, I heard it and I didn't really fully understand it yet. Because of course we all sometimes are holding on to that. We feel good, we feel like we're doing great in what we do, and it's just like, you're holding on to that, whether it's super deep down, that kind of competitiveness of, oh, I'm doing good here and this is so good here, but then you really see the holes in that way of thinking and the philosophy of that. When something happens that takes you, excuse me, man, I just ate. But even Owen Cook says that if you are trying to see it like that competitively and just trying to destroy people, whatever it might be, and then all of a sudden somebody comes along and they're a little bit, let's say, better looking than you, or they got more money than you, or they talk faster than you, whatever it might be, all of a sudden you bring yourself into a lower rung and you're like, oh, they deserve all the confidence, they deserve all this stuff, they deserve all that. And that's just not great. And it's not even that, but you always are playing from fear because you're worrying, what if somebody does come out like that? And that's not going to be the best place that you can operate from. But if you know it's not about competition with somebody else and comparing ourselves, and it's this collaborative frame that we are coming from when we're communicating, when we're doing something, all of a sudden you start to play from love, from joy, from hope, from peace, and you want to go out there and put yourself into more and more situations because you're not afraid of this one person coming along, or you're just not afraid of anything that's going to come along with that. So for me, it really showed itself recently when I was dealing with something where I went into a place and there was something in my mind that just made me start comparing and competing in a certain way. And I really saw how much it was draining from me in that moment. There wasn't really much that I could do about it in the moment. It was just there. But it was my mind was speaking to me, or my inner being was speaking to me in a way too, where it's oh shoot, okay, I really need to address this, because it was really bad and it really took me out of the moment. And I just didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. And it's just one little thing here or there can make that happen, and it becomes super uncomfortable to continue to do that. And it's okay, at least I experienced that, but now I can get out of that. Now I can go into something that's going to help me be more collaborative, because it really showed the flaws of that. And diving into actually making it collaborative showed me the power of that. And that's what we want to get towards. So what I basically did, I looked up some verses for myself and for all of us that we can use to help us see what we are currently doing in the best way possible in collaboration. So I'm going to go ahead and say these. I'm going to do them off of the phone because these are just so good, man. So the first one is Philippians 2:3-4. And what it basically says is, let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem others better than themselves. Look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others. So in lowliness of mind, let each esteem others better than themselves. That's powerful, man. That really applies to basically everybody. It doesn't even mean that you have to be a Christian, you have to be anything like that, but esteeming others as more than ourselves. And it's not saying that you're playing it small, but you're saying that you're giving yourself to other people. You're giving yourself and you're allowing yourself to see others as valuable, as worthy of your time and worthy of that. And not only that, it goes along with other verses too. Because like, it doesn't mean that you're insecure or anything like that. It's actually the biggest place of security that you can come from, when you can look at others above yourself and hold them and say that, hey, I'm going to look at you. You can be better than me today. You could do this stuff. You could do this stuff here and here. And I'm still going to continue to, esteem you higher than me right now. I'm going to continue to do that. I'm okay because I'm secure. I know I'm one of one. I know that God and you're just as valuable as me. And we're all doing our own thing. And that also goes along with this next one. Well, we'll do this one first. Oh, no, actually. It goes along with Galatians 6:4-5. And these are all going to come together with each other. So Galatians 6:4-5 says, "But let every man prove his own work, and then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone and not in another. For every man shall bear his own burden." That's freaking incredibly powerful. Like, when we really think about that, that is incredibly powerful. Every man is bearing his own burden, and let us focus on our own things that we are doing, our own spiritual growth that we are going on, and what God has put before us. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's easy to look at other people and be like, oh, well, they're doing this and they're doing that, and I'm going to compare myself, and God, why do they have this and that, and why am I having to do this? Every man is bearing his own burden. Every man is bearing his own cross. Every man and woman are bearing their own cross. And when we see that as that, and knowing that God has put us on a path that is specifically meant for us, we stop comparing. We see ourselves as a one of one. And that's an incredible concept. When you see yourself as one of one, you ain't got to compare. You ain't got to be like, oh, this person has this, this, and this, and they're so much better at me and this, that makes me insecure. But it's no. It's exactly what the first verse says. It's just esteem them as higher than yourself, in terms of being like, okay, they have this, this, and this. I appreciate that. I'm going to lift them up. I appreciate this. Like, they are so good at this, this, and this. And it doesn't take away from you. It's from a place of security, saying like, I'm still myself. I'm still one of one myself. And the Lord has given me my own burden, and I'm conquering this. I'm sharing this. I have my unique perspective, and I'm continuing to do it from this secure place to share it with other people. And that also goes along with the third one, which is Romans 12:10. Be kindly affectioned one to another with brotherly love, in honor preferring one another. And what this one basically is I'm just looking at it real quick. I mean, just being able to see that as like all, of course, it's kind of talking about like, firstly with Christians, seeing Christians as the family, the familiar bond, like we're family, we're people, and we can see each other as family. Not being so, a good family, of course, not being so like, oh, like I have to be better than you, I have to do more than you, I have to do this and this, and I need to look better in the public eye than you, I need to just be better in this moment than you, anything like that. No, it's like family. You want your family to succeed. You want your family to, in the moment, have the best time that they can. You want to collaborate. You want them to be their most funny, energetic, joyful self in the moment. You're not trying to push them down so that you can lift yourself up. And when you really see it like that, in a good way, as best you can, whatever that familiar bond is for you, it's just something where it's like, okay, these are my brothers and sisters. And we're all working together to try to be our best. And we can stop and put down the defenses of the competition and be like, hey, we're all just like struggling. We're all trying to make it work. We're all trying to learn. We're all trying to grow. And I don't need to put somebody else down, or I don't need to, in my mind, compare myself and put myself above somebody else to make myself feel better and to get that little scratch of an itch. But I can say that we are all growing together. We're all unique, and we're all family in Christ and just in general. Excuse me. Oh, my bad. But that just really takes away that competitive framework. And when you go and you're talking with somebody, even if they like or have that thing that makes you insecure, or it's just a situation that can make you insecure, you stop thinking about it like that, because it's just like, once you put down the defenses and start seeing each other as family and seeing each other as, you can even yourself say that I can allow myself to see others as higher than myself. And what was the second one? Oh yeah, that every man is carrying their own burden, that we're all one of one, that we're all unique. We don't gotta fight no more. We ain't gotta do nothing no more. And it allows you to get out of your head in those moments. It allows you to say, this person can do something that in the past might have made me insecure, or they can be this or that, or they can do this thing, And it's okay. It's completely okay. Like, it's just like, I am going to continue to lift them up. Like, if you had a brother or sister, maybe you do have a brother or sister, if they start doing good and if they start even outperforming you, like if it's your son or daughter even, and they start outperforming you or they start doing something better, you're going to lift them up and say thank you. Like, thank you, Lord, for allowing them to do this. I want to continue to lift them up. It's not from a place of insecurity, like, oh my God, they're going to be better than me. And it's so much easier to do it when you're thinking about it like that. But now, can we take that and start viewing other people in any interaction we have, in anything that we're doing, and start viewing them like that? You know, even if you're an athlete, being able to see people as you're all striving to make each other better and to give y'all's best every single day. You don't gotta view other people as less than you and do these mental hula hoops to make them lower than yourself, because that actually only takes away from yourself. But if you see everybody on the same team, I even heard about that. Somebody had did that. I forgot who did that, but it's just like, it makes you be able to give your best and say, and stay in that positive frame, that happy frame that actually helps you get into the flow state easier, because you're not in your head. It's not like if you go out there, shoot a couple bad shots, all of a sudden you get in your head and you're like, oh no, like they might be better than me. People might be perceiving them better than me. You're like, damn, I'm not playing good today. Let me help my brother or sister out right here and give them a couple passes here. Or, man, like this guy's really, like if there's another player on the other team that's playing really good, man, this guy's playing really good. It's really making me want to strive to be better and do that. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. Knowing that we are all on our own journey that God has put on us, that God has put before us. It's powerful. So remember, going into a collaborative frame, not a competitive frame, it's going to be one of the most important switches of perspective that you can see on things, that's going to unlock your flow state in anything you're freaking doing. And I'm excited because I know that this has been a big change for me. This has been a big discovery for me. And I know it will be for you guys too, man. I love you guys very much. Hope you have an amazing one. I'll talk to y'all in the next video. Peace.